This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
This is LTV.
There we go. Thought we're starting all over again, like the song, starting all over again. No, we're not, but we're live this afternoon. The name of the show is Inside Leominster. It's LTV, Leominster TV. And our phone number is 978-534-1626. And yes, it's Inside Leominster. We talk about what's happening in and around the city. And we talk to interesting people. We have interesting guests. And a little bit later, we'll have Rick Marchand. He is the head person, the go-to person for the Johnny Appleseed Festival. He's perfected the organization of, and he's in like his 2000th year of doing this thing, and each year gets bigger and better, and we're going to hear about that in just a minute. But speaking of bigger and better and more popular and everlasting growing, and it just doesn't stop from there, all the way out through the efforts of advanced technology. We're going to go talk to Art from the Art Report.
How are you?
I know I'm
okay, here we go.
Speaking
now,
to royalty.
I had some time to kill today, so I was sitting down at waiting for somebody to come out of doing some stuff. I got to thinking back. Stuff that you don't see anymore. They're extinct as far as I know. And I think it's a shame. It was my first entrepreneurship. I went out and sold a paper route. Mm-hmm. I went house to house asking people if they'd like me to deliver the Sentinel. Actually, it was the Leominster Enterprise.
Right.
And I had 25 customers at the car barn. Roosevelt Ave, I had the Spada Fords, I had Freddie, I had the whole loop I did, and it was fun. I make a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
So in the Midway, which the building is still there, right on the Fitchburg line, it's in Fitchburg, right next door to Lenny's Grill, and I'd get a blend, which was almost like a lemonade for a dime or a nickel, whatever, and I'd go in there and listen to the jukebox, which you don't find anymore.
We have one at City Hall.
And then, as you get a little bit older, 16, you get your driver's license. I had a 47 Ford Coupe. And then you'd go looking for a sand pit. You'd have her on the arm, and you'd go to the sand pit with the car and smooch a little bit. There's no more sand pits. I don't see them anyway. And if they do have a sand pit somewhere, they're usually getting ready to develop it into houses or some kind of a building. So where do you go? I mean, maybe the lakefront? I don't know. But,
yeah.
But that was another place to go when checking. Then the term that we had back in 1960, 59, et cetera.
Burning up the quarter mile.
Yeah. On a Friday night, it was, let's go check the drag. And we'd take in our cars and go to Fitchburg. It was a two-way street. We go up and down, and all the stores were open. The place was jammed. Leominster was the same way. And then we'd start going down out of the lakefront to Vi's Pizza. That was good pizza. And then the other pizza joint on the corner, which is now a beauty salon. And I can't remember the name of the pizza joint, but the people that owned it, I was talking to her a number of years ago. She was well in her 90s at the time. And she was telling us that whenever they had people at the Whalen Playhouse would come in there naturally to get a pizza here and a pizza there.
Sure.
But some of the big band orchestras that played Whalen,
I bet.
They asked her if they could borrow the basement to put on their suits to go up there and play and then come back and use it as a changing room, if you will.
Yeah.
And they did, in fact, do that. And just a lot of history when you start to think about it. And then that picture of City Hall with Alfred Hitchcock going in the front of City Hall.
Yep. Historic.
It's all gone and behind us, but I guess the future is whatever it's going to be.
Well,
there's nothing we can do about it but wait and see what it is. I often wonder, all these fires lately on porches, it seems like, I'm wondering if people are trying to barbecue on their porches.
Yeah, that and
that's
smoking.
what's causing the fires.
Yeah, that and smoking.
But who knows? Who knows?
You create new
all
memories.
All I can say is,
you create
guess
new
what's
memories.
right around the corner? Snow days. Can't wait.
Yep. Well.
Other than that, I have no more to report. Just to say, I have a new fan, so now I have two, and I think it's wonderful.
Good for
All
you.
right, buddy.
All right. That was
behave and support the city of Leominster and the people that run it, because they do a hell of a job.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Art. That was Art from the Art Report. And, you know, he's right. There are always memories, and people in the 50s will talk about the 50s, and people that grew up in the 40s will talk about the 40s, and people in the 70s and the 80s, and yet they'll talk about, hey, the mall and the place that's had the arcade. And you just have to create new memories, right? You just create new memories. 978-534-1626. If you have any questions at all and want to give us a call, please do. And we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back and talk to Rick Marchand about the Johnny Appleseed, the 29th annual Johnny Appleseed Festival. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Leominster. My phone number, 978-534-1626. Rick Marchand is here, 29th Annual Johnny Appleseed Festival. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you for having me here. I always look forward to our annual show.
And every year it grows and grows.
It does.
And grows. And, you know, we've grown up with Johnny Appleseed, the Pink Flamingo. I had somebody in my office today. They came in from South Carolina. And they said, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. I said, everywhere I go, there's flamingos. And I said, well, we're surrounded by environment. It's just, you know, for us, it's the Pink Flamingo. I told her a story about it. She thought it was so unique. And we've been going to the festival forever. And, but people come from the outside, and it's like this, people get excited.
They do.
Just the lead up, the build up. They know it's fall, right? You know it's fall.
Yep. And
it's like a once a year. And people get so excited about the Johnny Appleseed Festival.
They certainly do, and we saw an overwhelming situation this year that basically qualifies that.
Right.
In the past, we're between 85 and 100, maybe 100 vendors. And as of 10 minutes before the show, we're at 179.
Wow.
179.
And people keep calling. They call our office
do.
like, can I have the person that runs the fest? I'm like, 100 and how many?
179.
That is phenomenal.
It's amazing. So, we've pushed out onto Main Street, as you know. We did that to try it. And it was a little soft last year for the first time,
Right.
but everyone caught right on.
Well, last year with a little bit of the, hey, let's try to spread the crowd out.
Exactly.
Before it was always cool to kind of put everybody, squish them all in, and everybody gets to chat and everything.
Right,
And we
right.
said, you know what, with COVID, maybe we should spread it all. And it actually worked in our favor. It actually was good last year down on Main Street, where I was at least. And it was it was a little thinner than normal, but more people they have more elbow room.
Exactly. Right? So we've really maximized that area this year. And there'll be 60 booths, including at least 7 businesses coming down onto the street. We'll also have some great food down there as well, and possibly even an amusement for the kids. But what really is awesome about that area, not only does it bring people down into that corridor of downtown, the Christian Life Church is actually going to have a live stage all day long.
Right, yeah.
So they have great performances
Eddie Albert
happening.
said he's going to perform. He hasn't
It's awesome.
performed publicly, but he's been practicing a lot. And he
That's
said, hey,
awesome.
I'm going to get down here and perform.
Yep.
It is interesting because it's, and I tell this story often when we're talking business. During the last recession, there's a gentleman out of town, lived outside the Worcester area, and I think he did like custom kitchens or something. And it got slow. Nobody had the money to do it. So he said he took some ads out in the paper or whatever, and he said, the local paper, he said, did some quotes, but didn't get any jobs. He said he then went down and they printed a 8.5 by 11 off a copy machine, and he went door to door and left them off. Very little response. And then they have a little town, kind of common like we do, and they have a fair once a year, similar kind of thing. I don't know if it's the apple or the spring or strawberries or whatever. And he said, I picked up 5 kitchens.
Wow.
So, for an opportunity, it's a 5-4, right? It's a
Exactly.
5-4.
Yep.
So it's fun. It brings community together, brings people to a historic downtown. We keep tradition of Johnny Appleseed. And it's an opportunity for businesses to connect.
Absolutely.
To new customers,
Right.
as well as current customers.
And that was the
Retention.
original theme, was to bring commerce downtown.
Absolutely.
And at that time, they had maybe 12 vendors. They had a little
Right.
stage with a DJ. They had apple bobbing for apples, and it was a success.
Yeah, if you look at the new scuba diving operation down
Perfect.
there, right? Not everybody scuba dives.
Right.
But you may have somebody that's coming from out of town or somebody that didn't know it was there, and they walk by Main Street as part of the festival, and they're like, heck, Matt DeMott, we didn't know we didn't know there was a scuba. My son lives in Everett, and he scuba dives, and we didn't know this existed, and he has to travel to New Hampshire to get his tanks full or whatever.
That's right.
So when you think about it, at the end of the day, it really does bring in new businesses, builds community. I mean, it does all of those things.
Absolutely.
And, I always forget to ask everybody about rain dates. And then as soon as I get off, people start texting me.
October 1st,
all right,
following Saturday.
Following Saturday, October 1st,
Right.
is the rain date for the Johnny Appleseed Festival. So 2 stages, live entertainment, 2 DJs, close to 200 vendors. The parking downtown, so everyone is very generous. Even the private bank parking lots, they do get a little territorial in the morning when they have business till noon, but after that, it's like any parking lot you want to park in,
Sure.
go ahead. Everybody's pretty good about that. Please don't leave a mess behind you. But it's just, I remember last year, it took me hours to get up from Main Street, up West Street, down up into where all the playground, the young kids, young adults and young kids, and the booths for all the different organizations, Apple Crisp, and make my way around Park Street and then back. It was like several hours.
Absolutely. It's congested. It's a day of celebration, and everyone just hits downtown.
Yeah.
So, we try to, provide parking for people with disabilities, handicap parking, and also anyone that's had an injury, a recent injury, or had surgery where they need some. And we actually are going to be doing that again this year between the First Baptist Church and the First Church Unitarian. So if they can actually come down on Merriam Ave and work their way right in.
Go in front of the fire station, or come in the other entrance behind across from 59 Merriam Ave, where the parking garage is. Come in from the backside of the parking garage.
Yeah, and also they can also be dropped off right in front of Monument Square.
Right.
So my transportation will be happening that day, but you can also drop off and pick up right there as well.
You got all the schools participating: the boys soccer, LHS soccer, boys, girls volleyball, girls basketball, lacrosse, Stump, Pre-Street School, LHS Black Heritage Club, Montechusett MLK Coalition, Make-A-Wish, Handmade Crafts, Compassionate Friends of North Central Mass, the Creative Oyster, American Legion, Post 151, 31, DAV, Department of Mass Service Fund, Brits Personalization Creations, the Republican Party's going to be there, the In the Meadow Farm, Hope Knoll Jewelry, Little Shop of Somethings, TD, I mean,
it goes on and on.
And you can get everything done that you have planned for a month, you can get done. But
Absolutely.
The food is kind of the big thing,
Oh,
right?
the food's going to be big. We're looking forward to that.
You have the Christian Motorcycle Association that's going to come down. They have a big presence.
Yep.
The Rosie Ladybug Shop, the Simple Lovely Shop, is it Niamey's Honey?
Honey, correct.
Bruce's Cribbage Boards, Little Hoopla Lunas, and Adopt a Gnome.
Yeah.
All so different. And you go back to the days when the mall opened and downtown, it just went into like a panic mode. Like, this is the end of downtown. Everybody's going to the mall. Yep. Jack's Shoe went downtown. There were a number of businesses that were downtown that said, yeah, we gotta have our operation here. Maybe we'll open one up down the mall. So there was a couple local companies, that were down there.
Yep.
But there was that real fear, and so whereas a generation brought up with downtowns, the next generation was going to be mall, the mall, and then and now we're back to historic downtowns. We
are. We're seeing that. We're seeing the people shopping and patronizing. I mean, going downtown Leominster on a Friday or Saturday night, or even this evening. Right. With the festival taking place as far as the dine out, it's going to be packed. Going to be packed.
When the old days, when people say, I just wish they'd bring things back on, the old days. Well, the old days, there wasn't very much. You just heard art. There wasn't as much to do, right? It wasn't as much to do as it was before.
Right.
I remember, my mother having to beg and corral and harass the manager at Victory Market so I could get a job there. Very few kids could get a job at the time. These kids today, if you're 16, 17, 15, you got your pick of the job. So a lot of kids don't want to play sports anymore because they're working.
Right.
Or trying to balance the two. Well, there wasn't a whole lot to do then. Not everybody had a car. Not everybody's car would make it to Worcester or Boston. So you didn't have as many options. So everything was pretty much focused. Now it's come back where we offer so many festivals and everything that it's kind of a return back to those days.
Right,
and with new businesses opening, we'll have a new business open downtown, something associated with the arts. Another one that's moving from Manning Ave, but will be downtown, right in Southern Daisies. It's going to be at 41 Main Street, and we got a scuba diving shop and a cheese shop, and so it's coming back.
Absolutely,
it's coming back.
Absolutely, and at one time, there was literally nothing happening downtown.
Right.
They had maybe tag sale days. That's about it.
Right.
And then the Johnny Appleseed Festival was one of the first downtown venues back 29 years ago.
Back, right.
Since your administration, there's something happening literally almost every week, which is fantastic.
And people
there's always
love it.
something to do.
It brings family. And the other thing, and you know this, and you have worked extremely hard on this part, and that is the affordability part.
Right.
And nothing against the Bolton Fair or the Sterling Fair or Davis's Farmland, nothing against it. All great places. But we live in a community where it's true working class families. And it is expensive in many cases just to pay to park or to go in or to buy the rides. And I say this because I've been to Fall River, New Bedford, Quincy. I've been every part of the state you can imagine. And I can say this. I've been up through New Hampshire. I've been no one offers the amount of festivals we do, but the affordability part.
Right, exactly.
They'll do them, and they'll do fairs and all that stuff, but not with the affordability part.
And that's really the key to the success and the appreciation, I think, as well. You know, some of these fees you alluded to, $14 for parking, $12 for admission.
Just to get in.
$55 for an all-day pass for your kid.
Right.
To be able to go on a few amusements. And that's, you know,
And if you
plus
get
the food, plus
and you get 2 or 3
everything else.
kids, and then all of a sudden it's $6 or $8 for a hot dog.
Right,
You get an ice
exactly.
cream. You're at, you know, you have a family of 4. You know, close to $40.
Yep.
And even like a lot of the things that we did, the summer stroll, a lot of these things, it's almost free. It's like there are 90% of the things that we offer are at no cost.
Right.
Free this, free food tasting, free
Right.
this. The rides are free. The jumpy houses are free. All of that is free. That's what's so unique. And Johnny
Yep.
Appleseed Festival, you've kept the prices down for food.
Yep.
That whole area near City Hall. Talk a little bit about that. All those jumpy houses,
Yeah.
everything there.
Yeah, that's a big project.
Yeah.
And this year we have more than ever. You know, and that's a parking lot party it's going to be organized by the high school chorus, band, and also the girls soccer team.
Yeah.
So they'll be up there all day long. And we're asking for a donation from the families to be able to, for the kids to help defer
Right.
the expenses of $10, but it's an all-day pass.
Right.
But along with that, the entire family is going to get a free meal at the Rotary Club. So they can have a hot dog,
Wow.
hamburger,
What's
cheeseburger,
better, for $10?
soft drink. So it doesn't matter if you have one child getting a bracelet and you have 4 or 5 people in the family, we're feeding your entire family. Or your entire family. So our deal is we want to put out 1,000 meals as a gift to the community. In the meantime, they were covered by sponsorships.
Right.
The food was donated to us by Life Care Center on West Street. The Rotarians are cooking it. We have the sponsors to make a donation to the Rotarians. They're turning around and giving the money back for fuel assistance.
Nice.
Just a perfect
Oh,
partnership all the way
that's
through.
Perfect. And that's
Isn't
what I
that
say.
great?
That's the unique formula of what we do here
Yeah.
that I can say unequivocal. I mean, you go up to Hampton Beach, I mean, you're not going to get, I mean, they may give you a little cup of clam chowder or something during the fish fest or whatever
Yeah,
they call it
yeah.
up there. But that's about it. And you're going to pay. You're going to pay for your drinks. You're going to pay for everything. There's no free this, no sample of this.
No.
And that's just the way it is. 534-1626. That's 978-534-1626. The show is Inside Leominster. It's LTV. And Rick Marchand is my guest. And we're talking about, geez, you got Samore Rays, and you've got Bath Busters, and the Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, and it just goes on. Again,
Amazing.
this is, you know, we got so caught up with social media and internet, and it's so overwhelming that we're back to, if you're smart, we're back to physically engaging and interacting with people face to face.
Right.
And
It's
what
a
a
good
better
feeling.
place to do it.
Absolutely. Hopefully everyone pray for some good weather with with everything happening.
We haven't had, and in all the years that I can remember, a couple times we
Yep.
had, and it's so big, it's hard to, I know that you've got a rain date, but
Right.
it's so hard to have a rain date because it's so big and so many people order so much food ahead.
Right.
And the other key thing, I'll run into people from out of town. They'll say, "John, what's that festival you have up there? The people with the apple crisp and ice cream." You know, I mean, talk about what people remember.
Absolutely.
Right.
The First Baptist Church is an anchor. They've been with the event for 29 years.
I
and-
can't wait till next week.
Oh, my
I
God.
know,
You know.
I'll have the aroma of that blowing over.
It's
and
great.
somebody might come over and leave a tray off.
You might see some. It's a good possibility. If you're around, you may get it very quickly because it's going to go fast.
What else do we
Gonna
need
go
to know?
fast.
Because the
Well, if I could
manual
just
food
share,
truck, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just share a few
Sponsors,
things
anybody.
happening in the food itself. We have Sweetie's Candy Bus coming down where the kids can do that. We have Friends of Sholem Farms. They always have some candy apples and other things. Samore's coming down. They're going to be over on Park Street. Naimi's Honey. We have fudge and stuff. A local woman, Giselle Albertelli, she's been great. She's been doing this for a long time. We have a Gentili's Cuisine coming in from out of town. Dave DeMar always does the cotton candy. We have the Manual food truck that'll be down on Main Street, also selling lemonade and some goodies. In the heart of the food court is the Rotary Club, and they're going to have hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sausage burgers, all the fixings around it with chips and cookies and
And remember,
treats.
they get not a penny from this. This all goes
That's
back
right.
to supporting the community.
That's right. People can make a donation.
Yep.
They will be selling some on their own too, like French fries and things like that. It's all $4 or under. It's amazing.
Yep.
You can buy a burger for $4 and get a meal deal for $5.
Wow.
So isn't it?
That's
That's
wild.
awesome. So when we have the fire department, will be doing pulled pork.
Oh, yeah. Good
Spanish
stuff.
American Center will have a booth.
Oh, it's a tough day to eat.
2 Brazilian barbecues this year, Dean.
Oh,
Then
I got to pace myself.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And then Christian Life Center will have fried dough, not only in front of their church on Main Street, but in the food court as well.
Nice.
And then we have the First Baptist Church doing their world famous apple crisp. So it's a great day, you know, and there's going to be tons of food. It's going to be extremely reasonable. It's spread out, and we hope that you come down hungry and you patronize the different groups that are raising money, all of which give back to their churches and also the community, which is really important. If I can just mention the music on the main stage.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty special this year. We're going to start off with the Leominster High School Chorus at 9 o'clock, and they're going to play for approximately a half hour. Tough for the school kids to get together in 3 weeks into the school season.
Yeah,
Actually,
they
be
have
able
much
to
time to
perform.
practice, right?
There was a turnover in some of the staff in the elementary, middle school, Songbird. So we have a little bit of a hiccup, but they'll be back next year.
Sure.
And then we have the marching band that'll be doing a few pieces in front of the stage. We have soloist Rachel Celli that'll be coming in. She does a couple of Disney songs, and she'll be performing around 9:50.
Nice.
And then right after her is kind of like the highlight. Cara Brindisi has performed for us. You remember she did the concert we did in lieu of a festival a couple of years ago because of COVID.
Yep.
And she's been there before. Cara is actually on this upcoming season starting next Monday and Tuesday night on The Voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she did pretty well.
Yeah, good.
Because of her publicist and the Voice contract, I can't disclose anything.
No, they don't let you.
But what will happen is you're going to have a chance to see Cara come down and perform. She can't tell you who she selected as her coach and how far she got into it, but she'll be doing some autographs and signings.
The series already been filmed and everything, right?
Well, the first part, they go right through the battle rounds.
Right.
And then after the battle rounds, that's when the people can start voting.
Right.
And that becomes live at that point.
Right. Wow.
So she's gone all the way through up the 4 months of being out in Los Angeles. We definitely have to interview her when it's all over and said and done. We'll have some fun with that. But Kara's going to be singing with a young lady, Kaylee. Kaylee's connected with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. She's 16 years old, and she has some serious health issues, and her dream was to actually be able to perform with someone. So Kara's coming all the way in to sing with her.
How special.
That hour show is dedicated to 134 Make-A-Wish families that will be, many of them will be on campus that day with their children or, in memory of their children to recognize what's happening. Kara went to Berkeley College for music and guitar, and also she is a therapist. So she goes to hospice programs across the country, working with families in their loved ones' last hours and things. And she's just an amazing human being.
How exciting!
So Kara will be singing. We have the Veterans Chorus. We gave them a little more time this year. They'll be right after her from 11:15 to 12 o'clock. We'll have a little break at 12 o'clock. Congressman McGovern always likes to come and say a few words. We'd love to have you come up. Any other elected dignitaries on that level they want to say a few words, and we'll recognize the sponsors together. Then we have Bob Haley's big band.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they're fun, and they're going to be performing from 12:30 to 2:30.
That's a treasure to have them play every year.
It really is, absolutely. And then we have Full Monty, Mark Montequilla.
Oh, yeah.
And his band, they'll be coming on. Mark's a tough one. He's someone you want to get rid of him every year, but he does a great job, but you need to make room on the stage for the next group. But no matter what happens, you have to bring him back.
And just to hear him, I'm trying to make sure that I'm answering questions. Let's see. People.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I'll go through. I get messages, and I don't know if they're related to the show or not. So I just want to make sure.
Well, no, please do. And
music and food and entertainment and everything is out there. I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah.
Let's hope for good weather. If not, we'll be the following Saturday. I know you work on this all year. It isn't just a couple of weeks ahead of time. This is a big undertaking and organization, and so please be patient when you're driving through and there's detours set up, or you're a vendor and you get there and something might be a little bit. Just be patient, because this is like a huge event. There's no 20-person staff or anything to puts this all together, and so just be patient. Be patient.
Yep.
Got a lot of new businesses here, new
Absolutely.
groups.
Oh, it's just amazing. A lot of new companies, which is really, it's encouraging.
Yes.
You know, people just starting off, not sure how they can do it. We don't charge everyone who participates.
Right.
But we try to raise enough money to be able to pay all the bills. So we're there. I'm very pleased to say we're there. You know, we have a great sponsor list. And those sponsors, I don't have them with me at this moment, I don't think. But, I mean, just about everybody from last year is back. And it's just been great. And they're just so, you know, willing to help out. And so a lot of the companies coming in may not be able to afford to make a contribution.
Sure. Yeah.
But what they're doing is they're making a donation. It might be a craft to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, who's going to have a silent raffle and raise money for their cause. So everyone's really in it together. Yeah. It's been great.
Good. Well, thanks, Rick, for coming on.
Thank you.
And we're gonna give it our best to make sure we have good weather that day. And I know everybody's excited about it. People have it blocked off in their calendar and invite relatives and friends in from other towns, and they meet, and then they all come in together as a group. They have a lot of fun. And if you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to. And there are a lot of things there that are, you know, samples or things that people are handing out and taste testing. And so come on down, right? It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. We're going to take a short break. I need to leave a little bit early tonight because we have the Dining Under the Stars tonight. And every year I let them use one of my trailers. It's the stage for the band. So we have to cheapo out. We can't afford a stage. So we bring in my trailer and the band.
Awesome.
So it starts at 6, and my trailer's all hooked up and everything, but I got to get it down there around 5 so the band can set up. So we'll be leaving here about 15:15, and I think we have something else to fill it in. But thank you. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here at Inside Leominster 978-534-1626. Citation from all of us, all the different city departments. Very happy. The economic development. Congratulations on opening of your business. The Hive. Is it 42 Lancaster Street in the rear?
Sure is.
Can't miss it. So this is your chance to do a little commercial on. LTV is here, and I'll hold this for now.
We're the Hive.
You can move your hands if you want.
These are my lovely ladies that work here. We are accepting new clients. Give us a call, book appointments. We do cuts, colors, foils, lived-in blondes.
What?
What else? Lived-in blondes.
Okay. Is that a drink? Is that like a coffee? Is that like a latte?
Make one, actually. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Specialize in weddings.
We do specialize in weddings. A couple here and there. Yeah, we do.
There are hours. We have a website, Facebook, social media, all that stuff.
We have a website coming. We're open usually Tuesdays through Saturdays, but everyone is their own business, so we have different hours. Everybody has different hours.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have our chamber ambassador here as well, right, today? Our chamber ambassador is here as well.
Yes,
we thank the
we're
chamber
here.
for always
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming.
And there we are, the Hive. And it's so exciting to see young entrepreneurs, young people starting businesses, and the excitement. And, you know, they got the energy and the excitement that is needed, and important to support local as much as you can. I know people say, oh, there's a bunch of nail salons and spas and places to have my hair done. Well, there's also 43,000 people that live here. So, yeah, support your local business. We're back here at Inside Leominster. Thank you, Keith. Was there that day, and where's my other partner back there? Bradley was there.
I'm around.
And they are always there to support those local businesses. These little clips help, by the way. You cannot, at one point you could buy an ad in the local Sentinel or something in a Champion, and everybody read the paper, and everybody saw the ad. And I don't know if you remember Hemingway, I think it was Hemingway, and he owned a clock repair shop on Church Street. And I always saw his ad in the Montechusett Review. And for years, it would be in there once a week. You'd see it. It'd be in the Sentinel. And then one day, I had an old clock, and I needed to have it repaired. And I thought, I know exactly where to bring it, you see? Well, that was then. Today, there are so many places that you need to be to have a set of eyes. Is that Crystal on the phone? Okay, I'll give her, I need to get through this because I only have 5 minutes, so see if she can call back. See if I can get through this. Okay, 7-day report from the state. 102,000 people were tested for COVID, 6,623 tested positive in the last 7 days, 776 new cases in Worcester County. In Leominster, we're at 35 new cases and 57 deaths. One is too many. Today in history, WBZ went on the air for the first time in 1921. The Lone Ranger went on ABC TV. In 1949 and 1963, the Beatles headlined in a big concert in London with the Rolling Stones. And 1965, the TV series Lost in Space had their first premiere. In 1996, U.S. President Lyndon Johnson responded to a sniper attack at the University of Texas in Austin, writes a letter to the United States Congress saying, we need to enact a gun control legislation. In 1971, the first broadcast, Columbo went on the air for the first time. 1977, Chips went on the air. Remember the motorcycle guy? 1977, the drummer, 1982, the first issue of USA Today hit the racks. And in 1993, the single, I Do Everything for Love by Meatloaf took number one. It was number one in 28 countries. And in 1997, Google.com is registered as the first domain name. How's that? You know what today is? It's Butterscotch Cinnamon Day. That's right. I don't know if you knew that. It's also Costa Rica Independence Day, El Salvador Independence Day, Felt Hat Day, it's Get Ready Day, it's Greenpeace Day, it's Guatemala Independence Day, Honduras Independence Day, International Day of Democracy, International Dot Day, Make a Hat Day, National Africa Civility Day, National Cheese Toast Day, National Creme de la Menthe Day, and National Custom Framing Day. National DARE, as in Dare to Resist Drugs Day. National Double Cheeseburger, not one cheeseburger, 2 cheeseburgers. National Google.com Day. National Linguini Day. National Malcolm Day. National Online Learning Day. National Pawpaw Day. And National Reuben Day. Don't forget, your farm. If you live in Leominster, you pay taxes, you rent, whatever, you have a business here. Shoulder Farms is your farm, so when you make a purchase from there, it goes back to running the farm. Your farm. They're open every day from 10 to 5. There's what they're selling in the apple stand right now, the farm garden. Ginger Gold, Zesters, Gala varieties, Rubies, and Marshall Max. And you pick Marshall, McIntosh, and Red. Cortland, we had health inspectors from all over the state up there today, and I think they had a good time. If you're around tonight, tomorrow, Friday, we have great local musicians performing right aside of the Fix, but in front of the woodblock. Tonight it's Mark Femino, then it's Scott Allen Savoy tomorrow night, and James Keys on Saturday. Dining Under the Stars tonight starts at 6, ends at 10. All the restaurants will be participating from that south side of downtown. Going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a perfect night. Great weather. Stars will be full force tonight. We have all the high top tables. They're actually setting up for it right now. It's going to be a great night. We have live entertainment, and don't forget citywide yard sale this weekend, right? Get ready. It's going to be some deals out there, and that's September 24th, and the rest of the schedule is down there. Here's who's participating for food tonight. Boccato Tapas Bar, C&M Pizza, the Columbia Tavern, Logan's Table, Tavern 13, and TC Lando's. The live music is going to be presented and performed by Track Down. Johnny Appleseed Festival, we just went through that. It's going to be a blood drive, September 29th. In front of the library, 9 to 2:30. give our health department a call. They'll give you all the details. You do need to pre-register because it was a full day last time and they booked it totally solid. Hey, here we go for pictures of the week. There's the police station on time, on budget, really shaping up. It's quite a thing to see. Library concert, it was a huge hit. Remember, we told you the big band was going to be performing, 18-piece band, and it was absolutely superb. Remembering 911, we had a ceremony with the International Veterans Chorus at 8:30 sharp. Ronnie Gerard came down, so if you didn't get a chance to see it, it is on LTV. Check their schedule, Remembering 9/11. And we got a visit from Ileana Brick, and she hasn't been in for a long time, but she stopped in to say hello. She's also a matron for the city and does a lot of work here at, or used to, I'm not sure what she has for programming now, but right here at LTV. And there's my buddy Jay admiring our downtown flowers. He just absolutely loves it. His grandmother and mother said, this kid just loves coming downtown. There's the construction fence is up for the skateboard park, project to be done by the end of October of 2022. And they're getting ready. They're going to hit it hard. And there's Sonny's stairs. Sonny every day says, I need stairs, I need stairs. There's the new stairs to the radio station and to the rest of the Gallo building. There's a new playground on the way for Barrett's, on the way. It's going to be exciting. Some of the playground equipment that was there has been there for over 30 years, so very exciting. FEMA grant to repair the North Nashua exit next to the treatment plant. Design is underway. And plenty of food at the Food Truck Festival. We had a great time at the Food Truck Festival. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a great afternoon and a great night. There we are. How do we do, guys? Pretty good? 4:44 in the afternoon, but we're going to, as I said, Dining on the Stars is tonight, and I provide the stage. So the stage is kind of big. It's 30 feet tall, and I'm pulling it with a trailer, and so I got to get it in place soon. There's a lot of traffic. So I'll be leaving you a little bit early tonight. What do you got to compensate, guys? Anything? Have you got 15 minutes of content?
So they didn't tell us about this until right before you got here, so we're just going to rerun this episode.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You can always run the 15 minutes of... Well, anyway, thank you. Thank you, guys, for doing this. Thank you to the whole staff here at LTV. Thank you. It's going to be a busy fall. The weather is absolutely beautiful. This is why we live in New England. It is. We probably get 15 perfect days a year. Remember in June we had like 4 or 5 perfect days? You get perfect days early fall, late fall, mid-fall. You get perfect days in the winter when you've still got good weather, and even those snowy days when it's perfect and beautiful and it looks so New England. But there are few and far between those. Perfect day, and tonight's going to be a perfect night for Dining Under the Stars. I hope you can make it down. We'll have some fun. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for watching the show. Good night, good afternoon, and God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Please show up, and remember always to be kind. Be generous when you can. Be nice. Be patient. Take care of yourself. Be well. You may have to take care of someone else. You need to be in good shape. And be frugal, right? Watch where you spend your money. And finally, shop local. Good night, everybody.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisInsuranceAgency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
This is LTV.